Hey, the Vanquish 560 is exactly what a lot of people want, I think. Simple, turn it on and go and find stuff. But I would say there are a few limits that you should know before you spend the money. Okay, so I've been out with the Vanquish 560 today and spent a few hours with it. So did a little bit of hunting, and I got to say it's a solid machine. It really is. So let me tell you where I think it shines. And I also want to talk about a few things that might bug you depending on how you like to hunt. The 560 is going to be the top Vanquish model of the 60 series. There's the 360 and the 460. Now, it's built to be a turn on and go multi-IQ detector with simple controls, solid performance, and it's not really a deep settings machine, okay? You're not going to get in here and tweak anything because honestly, there's not a whole lot to tweak. But I'll tell you what I like about it, okay? First of all, the Minelab build quality, it's a solid built detector. The feel of it, the quality of it. I like that there's 2 points of adjustment on this, one for your cuff on the arm and the other to adjust this carbon fiber shaft right here. It is lightweight. It weighs like 2.8 pounds. So pretty light. And I like the turn on and go simplicity of it. Now, another thing I also like about it is the multi-IQ technology. Okay, when I was out hunting with it today, it was pretty doggone stable. In the park I was in, it handled the trash reasonably, I would say, and overall, it did a really good job for me. Couple of other things I like about it are you've got iron volume control, and you also got iron bias that's adjustable from -1 to 2. Okay. Just by using it today, I can tell you it will absolutely find coins for sure. And it also finds trash, right? Every detector does. Uh, but I believe it's fully capable of finding relics, jewelry, or anything like that you might be hunting for. So all in all, those are the things that I really like about it. Um, the simplicity of this machine is just bar none. Okay. So unlike some of the other Minelab machines, there's absolutely no other buttons on the side of this machine. Okay. Everything is controlled from right here on the front, through the buttons right here. So as far as simplicity goes, I don't know that you can get more simpler than this. Okay. And you'll see in the video, I'm also going to do a follow-up video to walk through the menus on this Vanquish 560 and show you how the menus work. But now, so those are the things I like about it. But there are some things, like as I said in the beginning, the detector has some limits. Okay. And I think really a lot of this has to do with preference. It's going to have to do with preference and how you like to hunt. So this is what I would say you need to know going into this, as to what limits are. Okay. First thing, if you like simple audio, the 560 very well could be your machine. Okay. The machine has a fixed 5-tone audio. Okay. Very simple. However, you can't change that. Okay. Now, if you're looking for simplicity and you don't like to change things, great. If you're somebody that likes to tune or hunt in all tones or just go with a 2-tone type setup, you won't be able to do it with the 560. So that's the first thing. You're limited to 5 tones. There's no adjustability there. But hey, you're looking for turn on and go simplicity, That's it with the auto, if you don't like messing with it, okay? Now, the other thing that you may look at as a possible limiting factor is going to be recovery speed, okay? So if you're a detectorist who likes to have control over your recovery speed, in other words, you like to adjust that, make your recovery speed faster and slower depending on the site you're on, you do not get that capability with this machine, okay? But even though you can adjust that yourself, from what I saw in the field today with this at a trashy park, it was doing a pretty doggone good job, okay, of getting through the targets and being able to differentiate good from bad. Was it 100%? No detector's 100%, but it was doing a really good job. But keep that in mind that if you're the type of person that likes to adjust your recovery speed, you can't do it with the 560. The other thing is the noise cancel. All right. When you turn the 560 on, it noise cancels automatically. And that's the only noise cancel you have. Now, if for some reason you run into EMI during the hunt and you need to noise cancel, you will need to turn the machine off and turn it back on to get a noise cancel. So again, depending on what you're looking for and how you like to hunt, is that a limiting factor for you, or is that a deal breaker? Or, I don't know. It's personal preference. But one thing that the detector does allow you to do. Okay, so here's the potential downside to having to turn it off, and that is that you'll lose any adjustments that you've made in here. So if you adjusted your iron bias, your iron volume, you put some discrimination segments in there. If you do have to turn this off and noise cancel, it's going to lose all that. But there's a solution for that. And that solution is to save a custom profile. It does allow you one custom profile in the detector. I would recommend that if you're out hunting with this and you make any adjustments to the detector, iron bias, iron volume, you create a custom discrimination, save it as a profile. Okay. That way, if you need to noise cancel by turning the detector off and back on, it's going to save that profile for you. So keep that in mind. But I would say that, none of those things that I just talked about uh, are deal breakers per se for the right person. They just define, more or less what kind of detector this is. Okay. So who might this detector be perfect for? Number one, a beginner who wants simple, doesn't want a bunch of menus, and just wants to turn on and go. It's for someone who wants a dependable coin and jewelry park machine, or even a machine that you could go on vacant lots and things like that with. It's for someone who wants a grab and go detector, or if you need a loaner for family or friends, or you've got a hunting partner that forgot their detector or they need a detector, it's good for that. Okay. And for the most part, anyone who prefers fewer settings and less hassle with the menus, um, so that they're just out there enjoying the hunt really and not fiddling with a bunch of stuff, then it's perfect for that. So with that being said, let's talk about who might feel limited by this detector. Okay. And people who might feel limited by it are anyone who loves to customize their audio. Uh, change it from a 2-tone program to a 3 to a 4, 5, 6, all tones, depth, and things like that. For anyone who's hunting in heavy trash or iron and they want to fine tune that recovery speed, it can be limiting for them. It's probably going to be limiting for anyone who wants a detector with more features that they can basically grow with or unlock other features as you grow. So I think I'll wrap this video up right here and with these thoughts. Okay. If you want simple multi-IQ and a detector that just works, okay, it's solid, it's dependable. I saw that today in the field. It was doing a really good job in the park. Now, if you already know that you like to tweak settings and chase performance in a lot of those areas where the trash is really nasty, okay, then I would say make sure you're comfortable with the fixed audio and the fixed recovery speed before buying. So I'll be getting out some more with the Vanquish 560 and doing some more hunting with it. And I'll get some more videos out with the detector. I'll also be doing a video to explain the menus, and I'll be adding the Vanquish 560 to my interactive guide page, where you'll be able to use the interactive guide just like I did with the Xterra Pro and the Xterra Elite. So be on the lookout for that.